Hey everyone, and good evening to what hopefully is going to be a great evening. First of all, I hope you guys can hear me. Let me just tune on a little bit of music before we actually start seeing what is going to be shown today. So, I've got everything open here. I will also remind you now that I have to talk about the video. Is the mic not on? Mic is bad. Okay, wait a second. What is even bad? Okay. Mic should be back. Is it still popping? Please tell me, is it still popping? I can just tune it down a tiny bit as well. Is it still popping? Please tell me, guys, in the chat. I hope. Stop now. Good. Okay. Awesome. Yeah. Well. So as a reminder, I will have to talk over the video because so many people were complaining last time why I am talking while they are talking. Well, copyright reasons, okay? So I need to at least talk a little bit over what they say so that it is kind of changed a tiny bit, because otherwise I'd be just copying it over, and that's not what you want, right? So I'm trying to be as quiet as possible, but at some point I just need to talk over it, because otherwise it's not allowed to do this kind of stuff here, because then it would be just a rip apart of, just completely rip off and kind of copyright infringement, because I'm not allowed to use the footage they showed just one by one, which in fact would then be the case. So I'm also going to disable then the chat and all the donation stuff and so on, so that you just have my face here, and that's about it, I guess. But yeah, first of all, hi everyone. Hey there, Bramp, hi Thibaut, Edgy, Peter, Michael B, Dakar93, also Giovanni, and Carlos is also here. Hi there, everybody. Piero B is also here, and I have to say, wait, do they count down? Oh god, is it starting now? I should already tune down my music then. I'm doing, hopefully... Oh god. Okay, never mind. We go with the music of the premiere. Can we just tune it down a little bit? Oh, super loud. Okay, I'm trying to go first of all into full screen mode here. Awesome. So there we go. Can you still hear me, guys? Can you still hear me, or is the music too loud? Because for me it's freaking loud in the background, which is a bit annoying, but sound is perfect. Awesome. That's good to hear. That's really good to hear. Okay, good. I can't wait, guys. I can't wait. I'm just so super hyped to see that. Actually, I've been in a zoo today with the lady designer, with Joelle, and with a lot of other cool people from the actual Planet Zoo community, I should say, but it's also like kind of a part of the Planet Coaster community. For example, Gineta has been there as well. And what is loud, Edgy? The music, or is it me? A little loud, but we can hear. Okay, I just can tune it down. Wait, oh god, I've got a spider here. Oh man. And actually I can show you, I have my Planet Zoo shirt with me. Look at that. This is my... I can't get any closer. You've seen my awesome belly now. Anyways, we have 30 seconds left on the clock. Rudi, I'm from Germany. I'm a YouTube channel, and I want to say good work. Thanks, Dakar, and yes, I am. Yeah, well, let me just already start tuning. Oh, wait. This one, and where is the other one? This one. Okay, here we go. Just my face. I can even boil this down even more. Here we go, and I think I go to the top right. 3, 2, 1. What's gonna happen? Ooh.
Hello, fellow zookeepers, and welcome to this Planet Zoo.
I love those
demo.
two.
Thank you so much for joining us today. My name is Bo, I'm lead community manager here at Frontier, and today I'm joined by 3 lovely ladies on these sofas. We've got community manager Shantae, we've got senior artist Lisa Bowens.
I need to chat somehow in the live chat. Wait a second. How do I do this?
Doing great, thank you. How has it been working on this project so far?
Oh, it's been really good. So we've been in development for pretty much 2 years now.
Wow.
And I worked on Planet Coaster before, so coming on Planet Zoo was really just like a bit of sweet homecoming to me. It's been really good. It's such a fun project to work on. And then this kind of time period is always my favorite because we get to show everyone what we've been doing, what we've been keeping secret for so long. And then getting to see, you know, everyone's reactions and the community's reactions to it is really satisfying.
Awesome. I mean, I know.
Why? Where is it gone? Why is it not here? There we go.
Reactions to the game so far. But Sam, what
Sorry.
are you most looking forward to about people's reactions?
It's been fantastic, but I really think that
Sorry,
it's such
guys.
a special moment when you release that first animal into your zoo and you just feel like, get it out, I want to see it, I want to see it, I want to see what it's doing. And like seeing the incredible detail of the animal, watching it interact with things that you've put down for it, you've crafted for it, it's absolutely, like, it's amazing to watch, and I love it. And I know it'll be a rite of passage for players, I really do.
Yeah.
It's such a great moment.
Yeah, completely agree. Like, it's such an amazing game to see, and the animals really...
Just need to put all my stuff in here, so I can also chat in the Planet Coaster chat.
A couple of snippets already of the gameplay demo because we have been releasing little pieces here and there during E3. But this is going to be the full roundup of that entire demo that we were showing behind closed doors at E3. We've got Sam, who is going to be our tour guide, our driver. She's got a special hat to show.
That's awesome.
Lisa is going to be our narrator.
We've seen that room, obviously, when we've been to the video could be louder. Sorry,
So
video will
Zoo
be
is the
louder
next
in a second.
installment in the Planet franchise. It is a fully detailed and deep management sim.
Okay, that's basically
and
the
it'll
same
have
stuff.
a lot of
Oh,
new gameplay
the
and new
UI is
management that we've
completely
added to
visible.
this to make it really a fully new experience.
Oh my god.
So can you tell us a bit more about the park that we're seeing
God,
here?
that's a rich
Yes,
park.
so this park,
Look at that.
we'll get a better view of it later. It has been inspired on
What's
the
that?
Serengeti and the Ngorongoro crater in Tanzania. As you can see here, everything has been built piece by piece, just like you would in Planet Coaster. So it gives you that same kind of boundless creativity that you had back
Okay,
then.
we know that
but with
footage.
lots
I
of
know that
new
footage
themes and
pretty
assets.
well. The
And now we're getting
education
quite
screens.
a nice view
Okay.
here. You can see we're in a crater, and this specific park is a safari experience.
Yeah.
So it's got a lot more open expanses than you might traditionally expect from a classical zoo.
So we've got these beautiful reticulated giraffes here.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about the authenticity of each animal?
Yes, so for every animal that we create, we try and be as authentic as possible. We go into all the little details. How does it walk? How does it behave? You know, what does it look like? We try and really replicate the fur. We want to make it feel as lifelike as possible. And, you know, we do that for the big ones as well as we do for the little ones. So here you've got a little springbok. It's quite a lot smaller than the big giraffes are, but it's still got the same amount of detail to it. And if we try and get a close-up on one of our lovely giraffes, then we can see the fur shader that we've been working on, because it's really quite exquisite. Here we go. I think the giraffes
this
are a
is
really
so
good
awesome.
candidate for showing this off because they've got that lovely little mane in the back. They're all fuzzy and cute, and it gives you a really good opportunity to look at the little ear floppity flops that it does.
Floppity flops.
So these will live in social groups. If the animal actually has a need for a social group, they will do that. They will live together, they will breed to create young. We'll be celebrating, you know, the full life cycle in Planet Coaster with celebration when there's a birth and mourning when there is a death.
And each animal is unique?
Each animal is unique, so they are genetically determined. They will get genes from their parents. I know that fur, right?
Look at that.
So they will
That
look
is exactly
like
what I
their
meant.
parents. So you can
Look
see
at
family
this.
resemblance. Their patterns are
Now
really
you see it
unique
in
to the
game.
giraffes
It's
and stuff.
awesome.
So you will
Oh, wait a
definitely be able
second.
to see, you know, where their lineage is, where they come from. And that's not just the way they look, that's also how long they will live, how healthy they will be, how well they will breed. All impacts it.
So
you
much
have to
new
really
footage, guys.
manage your animal
I see my
population well.
evening vanishing.
Yeah, that's incredible. Yeah, and it's lovely to see that you can have mixed habitats as
Wow.
well.
Yeah. Well, a lot of animals in the
Oh,
wild
look at
would,
the animation.
you know, live together.
Oh my
They
God.
have kind of traits that play well with each
I-
other. And we've got another example of a mixed habitat just across the lake, which will illustrate that as well.
I wonder
These
how they
animals
do
look
the camera
absolutely
movements.
outstanding.
It's not
They're
done
so
with the
good. The
mouse.
character team does such a good job on
Yeah.
them.
It's
And the
not done
animation
with the
team
mouse.
as well. It's all
Yes.
just stunning.
I wonder.
So
I
in
want to
this
have this.
habitat, we have
Ridcon,
some
good evening.
zebra and
Ridcon.
some black wildebeest. And they, in the wild, they will also share because their complementary behaviors help
Is the
them to
quality
detect
the highest?
predators.
Exactly.
So by putting them in the same habitat,
Yeah.
we consider both the animal species to be enriched.
Oh, cool.
And these are also herding animals. which means that they will feel the need to form a pack.
So we have to look if there's the pregnant zebra to spot.
Through the habitat.
Let's see if we can spot it.
You just touched on animal enrichment. Can you tell us a bit more about that?
So
Oh, look at
that
it's partly wet. Awesome.
This can be, you know, by the basics of food and water, but also by providing them with items that provide enrichment, both in their food, as in, you know, things they like to do, playing, that kind of stuff. So you have to make sure that your animals have a lot of enrichment items to keep them happy and healthy mentally.
It's beautiful. When you select them, you can see
shibbity,
there's so
shibbity,
many
shoo.
different things for you
I just
to keep an eye on for people to get stuck
Jungle
into.
Book.
It's
There are
really
a lot
amazing.
of needs that you will have to tend as a player. There's a lot of really deep management, which I'm really looking forward to everyone exploring.
So as you've
Deep
said
management.
before, the terrain affects the animals.
Coconut,
Yes, and a good way to show
coconut.
this is by looking at our saltwater crocodiles. Yes, so even though these guys don't have any fur on them, obviously, their scales look absolutely
Look at the
amazing.
detail.
It is so
Amazing.
gorgeous. So terrain will impact the happiness of your animals.
Awesome.
They will want a certain kind of makeup.
Look at
they
this
will want,
one.
you know, a certain amount
That's a
of
small
soil,
one.
a certain
How
amount of
old is
rock.
it? No,
They
that's
will
an old
want
one.
grass or trees, or will not
Oh,
want it,
that's new.
depending on what their
What?
natural
No.
habitat is like.
Okay.
So your mission as a player is to try and make the habitat you're providing for them here as close to their
Piero,
natural
no,
habitat as
that will happen,
possible.
definitely.
And here we can see their name's Malati, would like a little bit more soil in their habitat, and we can add that really easily using the terrain tools that we had in Planet Coaster. So here you can see Sam selecting some soil. We're just gonna tweak those settings a bit.
Now, this is one of my favorite bits because it just immediately
Yes.
updates there, and it's so
Look
See,
how it
well
just
done. Yeah, by
immediately
just painting in a bit
changes.
more
That's
soil.
awesome.
The happiness level goes up, and something that was previously in Planet Coaster just aesthetics is now in Planet Zoo actually part of the management.
Aesthetics.
So you making a
important to
really
have
pretty
sand.
looking habitat is not just pretty for you, it's also perfect
I'm
for the
good. What about
animal.
you?
It will be happier if
Yes,
it's got
no is
its
confirmed.
own flora in there, if it's got the right amount of grass,
Look,
rock and
it's
everything
floating in the
there.
water in
So
the back
it
there.
adds a lot of meaningfulness to your creativity.
When we've seen that, I believe I
And
did.
here we've got an African wild dog looking really cute. And that's one of these enrichment items. As you can see, there's a bit of
Whoa,
meat attached
I've never
to
s-
it so that
no,
they can
go back.
have that experience
Oh.
of eating in that way. As opposed
20
to just
minutes
eating
I will
it.
spend on that menu, only
But
to
of course
analyze
they
this
do
one.
have to be fit, and all of these needs, and then the habitat needs to be kept clean. And one of the ways you can do this
Yeah, we
is
know
by
that.
hiring some staff. So here Sam's hiring us a keeper. As you can see, the
Yeah,
keeper
then we will
will
see that
go
from the
between
inside again,
habitats,
but that's awesome.
checking up on how the animals are doing and if they need any food or drink.
He's like,
And then
his
once he
vision is
determines, "Oh, yeah,
insane.
these animals look like they
Okay,
may be a little
I know
bit
what they
hungry,"
need.
He's going to go off
Maybe
into
change that.
his keeper hut to prepare said food. And this is really exciting. So I'm happy to tell you guys that in Planet Zoo, the interiors of buildings are no longer off
Oh,
limit.
stutter. Stutter.
So you'll be able to see your keeper at work in his own little habitat. So here you can see he's going to start preparing some food. The food can be
It does indeed.
updated through research and made perfect for your animal's dietary
Like in
requirements
Sims.
and needs.
If your
That
keeper
will, of
can't
course,
cook,
make it more
he will
expensive
burn the
as
place.
well, which will play
I
into
don't
the
know,
management
but
side of things.
that would be funny.
There's been a lot of attention to detail, even in this. You know,
It's stuttering.
a lot
Is it
of
just
the
me?
spotlight is on our animals,
sound
how
is fine.
authentic they are. But we also want to make sure that we keep that same amount of attention to detail in these things as well. So here we can see he's done
Edgy.
preparing the
True.
food. So the food that you prepare will also be done per animal, and you can research more into the animal to make the food more appropriate for their specific
so
dietary
insane.
requirements and needs.
Diet
This will also make
per
it more
animal.
expensive,
That's so
that plays
good.
into the management again. So here he's just going to quickly fill up that tray of these hungry dogs.
I want to have
There
that
we
camera
go.
movement tool. I just want to have that.
Yeah, and they will come sometimes.
This
they'll
have
see
you
the
seen how the
keeper
camera
entering,
just jumped?
and
This
they'll
is
just
like
be like, oh, it's food time, and they'll all start running towards the food tray, and that's really fun to see.
DJ KD Killer, I guess so, yeah. It's not confirmed, but it wouldn't be
their
sandbox.
schedules and their time in your zoo.
Yes, so
to
you
run
can
it
place down
efficiently.
multiple keeper huts, which means that you know, you'll have more bases they can go to. Or you can place more habitat gates, but there's a downside to that. So the guests will not want to see the staff facilities.
No, that's interesting.
Yeah, it upsets them. And that means you gotta find out a way to keep them separate. So either you put more scenery in front of it, or you use staff paths, which is a new feature that we've added to Planet Zoo. So these paths
This is
can
good.
only be walked on by the staff. guests can't walk on it. And that means you can really easily cordon off certain areas of the zoo.
Look at that,
for
stuff
staff
only.
Yes.
It's so good.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
So exciting.
So that allows you to maximize your keeper's, output while making sure that it's still, behind closed doors like you would in a regular zoo.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Well, you just have to theme
So
it then,
we're
Dakar.
seeing the,
Just put another
Africa
wall on top.
theme
Africa
here.
Look at the
theme,
Jeep.
yes.
Will there be different themes in the future?
There will be different themes. We'll be talking about them at a later date. I can't wait to show you guys the other ones that we've got in store because there's some lovely things in there.
Lovely.
I'm really looking forward to it.
Elephant statues. I might remember
and
that someone
Planet
has
Zoo
done
is,
them.
is quite big on, we're authentic.
Yeah.
We're not just a
Hot dog squad. I can see hot
game.
dog
We
squad.
wanna be,
And
true
Gulpy
to
soda.
real life zoos as well.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And something that plays a huge role there is conservation and preserving, natural habitats of animals,
Yeah.
and sort of educating the guests about that.
Yeah.
How does that translate into Planet Zoo?
So Planet Zoo is based off the modern zoo. So as you said, we want to make sure that we educate our guests about the animals that they've come here to see. So nowadays, when you go to a zoo, you want to learn more about the animals that you're coming here to see. You want to know about their habitat. You want to know how they're doing. And one of the ways you can educate your guests is by using these Zoopedia screens. So
This is
these
so good.
will be relevant to the animals in
Yeah,
the
Piero.
habitat next to it.
Thank you.
You place them close to a habitat. You can tell them to display information
This is
about one of the
Planko.
animals in the habitat.
Giraffa, camel,
And then
leopardo.
this
This is
information will get better
camel.
as
Have
you
you seen that? That
research
was
more
camel.
into
That
the
was me.
animal, and thus your guests' education
in
need,
there.
which is a new
Yes.
need that they come into the park with, will get filled up.
That's going to be the screenshot of,
Of
the
course,
analysis.
rides
For sure.
played such an important
Yes.
aspect in Planet Coaster, but can you tell us about the rides that we're seeing here?
Yes, so this is one of our transport rides, which is a 4x4 off-road vehicle. Just like in Planet Coaster, the track is player defined and you have many options available to you for fine-tuning. You'll be able to change how it looks, you'll be able to change the colors, and you'll be able
Clayton,
to set a
you're
ride
welcome.
price.
Oh, the
So these are
cheetah.
really handy if you want to get a really nice, good view of the zoo, and it's also an excellent way to rest tired feet for your guests.
Yeah, again, just to call out the animation team here, the little tiny movements on each animal.
I wonder how the
so-
grass is
so
done.
authentic
Is
and
this a brush
gorgeous.
or so?
It's really, really well done.
Yeah, everyone's put a lot of hard work and soul into these animals.
Yeah.
These aren't just, some animals that you come here and see. They have a personality, they have things they like to do, things they don't like, and they will respond, appropriately. And that's one
Wow.
of my favorite things when you're testing this game. Sometimes we'll come in here and they'll all be asleep. Sometimes we'll come in here and they're all doing crazy stuff, and you
Yeah.
can't anticipate that, just like you would in an
Actually,
actual
this
zoo. And that's
what
one of my
she's
favorite
saying
things
is
about the game.
exactly what was in the demo. She
So these are
was trying some
chimpanzees.
things
They
and
have
didn't
very
work because the animals
extensive
were just
social
not
needs,
doing it.
Very extensive enrichment needs that you will have to meet as a player. A very challenging animal, and they will also climb. So as a reminder, everything here is built piece by piece. It's just amazing to see all of this that
Gary.
you can build yourself. They can climb
The
on
lions.
anything that can be deemed climbable.
Abeke,
So if
this
you
is our
want to go
friend.
wild and build your own climbing frame, you
Gulpy
totally can, and
dislikes.
these Sims will love it. Yeah.
And you can use anything from trees, rocks, anything that's a climbable surface.
Yes, your animals will interact with everything that the player, builds and
Look
makes.
at how
They'll be
precise
swimming and
they come
walking
up to
and
it. There's
climbing.
no
player
clipping, no
made
nothing. It's
environments.
insane.
Yeah,
Look at the
which is
fur.
one of
I
your-
just
Like those roofs as well.
Yes, yes, good point, Bo. It's so much fun, and it means that, again, your creativity is going to be really meaningful because your
Yes.
climbing frame's not just going to look good, it's actually going to function. And that's, one of my favorite things about this
So
game.
how
I
about
think it has
smoothness
a
of
touch
climbing
magic
rigs
to it,
then?
Seeing the chimps just scampering everywhere is so satisfying.
But not just that, it's also an amazing achievement of the team to be able to pull this off.
Yes.
That seems
Yeah.
something
Thanks for
really
mentioning, Bo,
special.
because
We've
true.
had coders working on this pretty much non-stop for over a year now. They've put in so much hard work to get all of this up and running. And I think there's, no one else is doing anything like this right now. So it's really special to us.
I know that a lot of people will want to see some of the small animals. These
Now,
animals are
now,
absolutely
guys,
stunning,
now.
They're gorgeous,
Yes.
but we need to see some of the exhibit animals.
I am loving this tour.
Oh, it's amazing.
great.
I'm glad you're enjoying it.
There we go, guys. Now it's gonna be
There we go. So here's
really great.
an
It-
example of an exhibit building. In this specific exhibit that we'll be showing you today, we have the Lesser Antillean iguana.
So small.
So you can see him there. We're lucky that they're out and about. Sometimes they like to hide, which you might know from, visiting zoos yourself. These are the
I
animals
told
that
you
usually
there
have
is
do
more
a
to
bit of
come,
looking
guys.
for.
I told you.
So just like the other animals, these have
Look
things
at
that you
that.
need to tweak to make them
Look
feel
at
at their
this.
happiest. You can change the temperature and the humidity in their exhibits to match what they would usually expect from a habitat, and that will improve their general welfare. They have needs, just like the larger animals. And, you know, they are just as important as your large habitat animals. And you have to take care of them the same way. And if you provide for them well, they will also breed. So there's a lot of enrichment levels that you can add to your exhibit. And these will add to their happiness with their habitat. And they will also mean that if you have 2 exhibits with the same animal in them, you can still make them look unique to each other, because you could swap out
DJ
which enrichment you're using
kind of, as you
on
can see
every
right
single
now.
one.
I'm talking
So
about that a
we've
bit more in
spoken
detail.
about enrichment items, terrain, anything that can affect your animal's welfare. Is there anything else that we need to know?
Well, we'll have a little glimpse of it here, but obviously animals' welfare depends on their environment most of the time. If it's a hot environment, you'll want to make sure that they're not too warm if they're not used to that, cold, not too cold if they're not used to that, and weather, just like you can see here. We will be going more in depth about weather at a later date.
It's beta,
But we
so
just want
please.
to give you a little sneaky peeky at what we've got going on here. If you build a
Pleek, we
shelter,
do.
they will shelter under it when it gets wet. Or sometimes
Look
you can
at
find
how
these
it's
chimps
pouring down. This
sheltering
is
under the
looking
bridge,
so
which will
gorgeous.
also include the rain. So they can hide anywhere that the rain can't touch.
Yeah, it's absolutely incredible the amount of detail for each individual animal
Yes.
that has gone into this game, and there's so much for people to explore.
Look at the
and
umbrellas,
manage
umbrellas.
and creative.
Okay,
Like,
sorry.
there's something for everyone, it
Yeah,
seems.
and there's so many things we haven't even touched on. You know, our biome selections, life cycles in detail. We've only shown you the tip of the iceberg when it comes to our animal list. And I'm really looking forward to talking more about these as we go along.
Thank you so much for joining us on that very wild ride. I think I can speak for the entire team when I say that we are super excited to show you what else we have in store for you. Of course, Planet Zoo is coming out on the 5th of November this year. So fast. And you can
Not
already
fast,
pre-order the
bro.
game right
No.
now. The link will be in the description below. And I just want to say thank you so much as well, Lisa, for narrating this beautiful journey that we had together, Sam for driving us through this amazing park, and Shantae for
How did
joining
she
on
do
the
that, by
sofa.
the way?
Thank you
Where's,
so much
like,
for
keyboard-
watching, and we'll be
Anyways.
back very soon. Bye!
Bye.
Okay, can we skip back a little bit? Okay, no, we can't. Okay, no video of Jonty, please. Let me just skip. Can't I do this now? I can't go forward. Oh, okay, that's a pity. Okay, let's pause it here for a second, guys. Because I want to talk about a little bit more. If you want, stick with me. We talk a little bit more about the small exhibits, if you will. Can I just skip forward to it, please? Because that should be easy to see, right? There we go. Okay, there we go. Okay, this is the perfect frame. This is the frame we need. So let's talk a little bit about that before I end this, and then I'll go into a deeper analysis. I do not have to analyze everything, obviously, because most of it we've already talked about. But this is especially important over here. So these small exhibits, because we've been asking quite a bit about these as well, because the same questions you guys had in the chat now appeared also obviously in the room. So yes, it is kind of the way it is. You will get this glass box at the very beginning. It's just this pure glass box with the animal you can choose then to be in there. You can have multiple animals in one box, obviously. But the thing is, you can't really place scenery items like manually in this that the animal will kind of interact with. However, you can style everything in there, so it's no problem to actually put another plant in there, like with the advanced move tool. It's also no problem to kind of make another border around if you like it. It's no problem to kind of make the whole thing look a bit more big or small or whatever with the given pieces in game. Obviously, it's no problem to upgrade the different enclosures, as you have seen. Maybe we can catch this as well if I am able to move a bit further here. Okay, so where is the okay, here we go. So you can see there are some more enrichment levels. You can just kind of switch between them all, and you see how much of the suitability you will reach with it. And if she goes on and puts some of them on, there we go. Okay, is she sliding up again? Yeah, you see he's reached 100% here. Please keep in mind, it's all beta. It's all still beta. Actually, it's alpha in-game footage, so please make sure that you don't look into things like I've seen the comments like they are clipping through things. Yes, obviously they are at the moment. By the way, pizza pen, I love it. Wait, I should put my... Okay, actually can still see that though, that's fine. So this is really a great addition, and I was wondering how they will realize these smaller enclosures, and I feel this is really a good way of doing it, because otherwise, well, it kind of would have gotten a bit more finicky, I guess. However, I think it's a very good compromise between having this solution, and at the same time, you can still have multiple other things, which is super good. Because as we asked them, as I already told you, you can move in all the pieces yourself if you want. So you can just leave this completely empty as you will, and then just put on other stuff. Where are the pandas? It will be uploaded as soon as I end. It takes a few minutes until it's live. It just needs to process and then it will be live. However, I'm going to make an analysis again, so that's fine. But I also like that you have like these settings over here that you have to make it hotter or colder. As we've been today in a zoo, actually this was pretty interesting to understand how sensitive this all is and how easy people think it is, but at the same time it isn't. It is really important that there is like half a degree makes such a huge difference. Like if you have, for example, one more animal which produces a bit more heat, you want to put down the heating system like half a degree, maybe lower, because the animals itself produce more heat. That's just a little detail. I hope that they will go as much into detail. I just want to do one more thing before we end this, and I'm just going to try to search for this menu, because your question was about the fences. I don't think they have opened the fences, but they have opened one menu with the enrichment tools. I feel like it's this one. Oh yes, here we go. Okay, they actually have opened all. Again, please don't think that these are all, because this is like a scenario. And scenario means that you might have not everything unlocked, but hey man, this is so cool. What do we have all here? This is like, okay, these are the things where they seem to lie down on and just relax. We've got an old ball, we've got a new ball, awesome. Like maybe also this is already a hint at that they give us a bit freedom of creativity here. This is like a colorful ball, pretty cheap if you ask me. Everything I don't know what is that, to be honest. I don't really know what this all is. Like seems to be like a heating system. This is definitely something like a trick toy where they need to a reptile does not produce heat. I'm talking about animals, not reptiles in general, Edgy. Sorry if you caught me wrong here. I'm just talking about animals in general. Reptiles obviously don't do that. I was just talking about the general thing. Anyways, yeah, what is that all? I just don't understand. Okay, these seem to be high-rising things, and yeah, but I feel like these are the trick toys where, like, chimpanzees, for example, can search for stuff, and, you know. Rameza, I'm so happy that we got a medal, but when we're going to, like, more, like, than a fractal. I have no idea, to be honest. Now that's all I know. Now everything that I have known in advance is done by now. With this demo, this is the exact same demo we got. The only difference is that our demo wasn't pre-recorded, it was actually live, so she was actually playing the game. So we have seen some more little bits and pieces of the park that you won't have seen, but the thing is, we can now watch everything back, and this is pretty cool. Yeah, so obviously, this is really cool. I think most of the things until half-ish into the video is what we've already analyzed in detail. You can also see that these enrichment tools seem to be always connected to this little plate or whatever this is. When can we play the beta? In summer, which is a very broad term, I know, but there's no more info on that. Okay, so stuff pathing only, we've discussed quite a bit. So as I said, there's not too much more in here. I mean, I like that we have a better view onto the shops now. They seem to be pretty much the same, which is totally fine, I guess. But yeah, I don't want to bother you too much now with this, because we are actually going to make a deep dive into the analysis, and then also with the good footage, because my stream is uploaded in 720p, which is not the best I can. And yeah, so guys, I think I call it a day here. I hope you enjoyed this little quick reaction stream, if you will. And yeah, for making everything sure, I put this little note on top of the screen. I hope you guys didn't mind. Oh wait, I need to actually, you couldn't really read that, right? I should have moved that a bit down. So yeah, well, that was stupid me. What is the animal in the food shop? What is the animal in the food shop? Wait, what is the animal in the food shop? Let me just quickly see if I can give you an answer on that, because I don't really know what you mean. Let me just move back. Where is the food shop again? There we go. This is the food shop. And in the food shop, you say there has been... Well. Yeah. Shut up, please. Sorry. Is there another view onto this? Is this further at the beginning, or is it further in the back? No, it's further in the beginning. Okay, let's, why is that not working? I don't get it. Okay, let me just try this one more time. If it doesn't work, we have to see if I can answer this another time. So here we go. Okay, that looks better. Oh no, that's not an animal, what you see here. That's the hot dog. Actually, it is an animal, it's a dog. Jeez. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed. I hope you guys felt safe and secure here. And so, guys, I wish you all a super happy weekend, but there will be some stuff more. Oh, by the way, Isla Napali will be online in 15 minutes. I'm preparing the thumbnail now, and then it's online. It's all uploaded, but I had no time in advance. So it will be uploaded before 9. So if you want to watch something else of mine in between, make sure to check that out, because it'll be live in half an hour. And I hope that I'll get the episode analyzing the stuff out tonight. If not, it will be here tomorrow. So, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's little reaction stream, and now I shut up so that my video can process and you can rewatch it if you want to. See you later, and bye.